Alright, so today I want to talk about different carry options and the amount of ammunition you carry, and if you want to go large or small on the caliber. So we're going to look at a few of my pistols as examples and kind of compare and contrast them. So my smallest handgun is my Car 9mm. Now this holds 6 in the magazine of 9mm and 1 in the chamber. So we're talking 7 rounds of 9mm. Now that's kind of low on the firepower scale, and meaning ammunition and the power of the ammunition. That's kind of on the lower end of my power scale. The benefits to this small of a pistol though are I can put it in a ankle holster if I can't wear on my hip, or I can stick it in the cargo pants of shorts in the summertime when it's hot and not have to actually get a holster and put a holster on. So that's two of the benefits. I'm much more likely to carry this when I'm in a hurry than to actually suit up and wear one of my larger pistols. So that's the benefit to having one of these, and I always keep a spare magazine, so I have a total of 13 9mm rounds, which is what I consider pretty much the minimum that I'll go out with when carrying a carry piece. So a lot of benefits to this. Very small, not as easy to shoot a small gun as it is a much larger gun. It takes a little bit of practice to get good with this. Now, my number one carry gun that I love to carry, if I can wear it, I'll carry it, is my 3-inch Kimber here. And it's just that I love the ergonomics and the way it fires, and it's my favorite. So everyone's gonna have their own favorite pistol. It has a very thin slide, and it has a single stack magazine, so the weight and balance are very good on this pistol. Now again, I'm only carrying 8 rounds in it with a 7-round magazine as backup, but they're in 45 ACP. So 45 ACP is just my favorite round to carry because of many reasons, and I'll go into that later. But everyone has their favorite caliber, whether it be 9, 45, 357 SIG, or 40. Those are the 4 most popular carry rounds. Alright, so another option you have is I have a Glock 30, which is a 10-shot magazine, 45 ACP with 1 in the chamber. Now, they are the same size roughly as my 1911. The main difference is that the slide on the Glock is much thicker and much heavier. Whenever I'm carrying on my hip, the thickness of the slide is what I feel pressing against my body. It's not the handle. The handle kind of wiggles and stays out of my way. And the handle is important, but it doesn't bother me. It's the slide thickness is what I feel when I carry on my hip. So again, it's what type of situations do you think you're going to get into? If I thought I was going to be in a dangerous situation, I would carry the larger gun with the most rounds that I could and forget about being comfortable. But since I'm not planning on getting into trouble most of the time, I'm going to carry the most comfortable gun I can carry at the time. So that would be the 1911 or the Car, depending on how I'm dressed. So again, you need to experiment and find out what is right for you. Also to take in consideration is how much do you practice? Because when you get into a serious situation and have to use your firearm, your shooting is going to be horrible. You are not going to be doing your proper stance. You're not going to be at the range and calm. You're going to be upset. Your adrenaline's going to be running. You're going to be a little shaky. You're not going to shoot really well. So if you don't practice a lot and get it down to where it's reflex and muscle memory, then you're going to need to carry more rounds. So instead of going with a 45, you may want to go with a 9 or a 40 or a 357 SIG, so you can get the round count up in your double stack mag, which is what I would prefer people to carry if they don't practice a great deal. If you practice a lot and you're comfortable carrying only 7, 8 rounds in a firearm, then go ahead and do that. It's all up to you. But these are, again, some of the things you need to think about in your scenarios. How good a shot I am, how many rounds I typically fire, how fast I fire. I got into it the other day with someone who they never carry a backup magazine. Well, I know from going out and playing airsoft that when I have a pistol, I have a bad habit of just cranking through the mag. I get someone out there and I'm taking shots at them and I'm pa 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 pa, pa 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 pa. You know, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, I'm empty. So I always carry a spare magazine for me, because if I get excited, I know I'm going to shoot the magazine out probably. That's just how I am. So again, you have to know thyself and carry comparably. Now, the number one rule is carry something. I don't care if it's a 2-shot Derringer. If that's the only thing you can carry, carry it. Because if you're not carrying anything at all, then what's the point of having a concealed carry license? So again, go to the gun shops, have some friends, try out different weapons, find out what works for you. But again, at the very minimum, carry something and be proficient with it. And like I do, I have multiple options depending on what I'm doing, where I'm going, and how I'm dressed. So remember, if you fail to train, you're training to fail.